why your brain is wired to believe in the supernatural. Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is scanning for threats that don't exist, finding patterns in random noise, and preparing to believe in things you can't see or prove. This isn't a flaw in your thinking. It's actually your survival software running exactly as designed. Every single human brain, including yours, comes pre-programmed with supernatural detection systems that kept our ancestors alive for millions of years. These same systems are firing right now, making you see faces in clouds, feel like someone's watching you in empty rooms, and jump at shadows that turn out to be nothing. The atheist, the scientist, the skeptic, they all have these same circuits humming away in the background. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how your brain manufactures supernatural experiences, why it's completely normal, and how understanding this can actually make you better at navigating reality. Stick around because what you're about to learn will change how you see your own mind forever. Part 1. The ghost hunter in your head picture. You're walking alone through your house at midnight, and suddenly every shadow feels alive. Your heart pounds, your skin crawls, and you're absolutely certain something invisible is watching you. But here's the crazy part. There's nothing there. So why does your brain make you feel like you're being hunted by ghosts? The answer lies in an ancient security system that's been protecting humans for millions of years, and it's running in your brain right now as you watch this video. This system is so powerful that it can create supernatural experiences out of thin air, and once you understand how it works, you'll never feel that creepy sensation the same way again. Every single person has this invisible guardian operating in the background of their mind, and it's responsible for more supernatural encounters than you could ever imagine. What I'm about to reveal is the first of 8 mind-blowing systems that turn your brain into a supernatural experience factory. Your brain has a built-in ghost hunter that constantly asks one crucial question: is something alive watching me? This ancient alarm system fires at every unclear signal because missing a real predator meant death, but seeing a fake one just meant embarrassment. Part 2. Your pattern-hungry brain is eating static. Have you ever stared at your ceiling and suddenly seen a face looking back at you? Or heard your name being called when no one's around? Your brain just did something incredible. It created meaning out of pure randomness. But here's what's really happening in that moment, and why it reveals something shocking about how your mind actually works. There's a hungry beast living inside your head that feeds on patterns, and it's so desperate for its next meal that it will literally devour static and transform it into supernatural meaning. This pattern-eating monster is working overtime right now, scanning everything around you for connections, signs, and hidden messages. It's the reason you see religious figures in toast, hear voices in white noise, and feel like the universe is personally sending you coded messages. The way this system operates will completely change how you understand coincidences, lucky streaks, and divine interventions. Once you know how to spot this beast in action, you'll realize why your brain would rather be spectacularly wrong about a pattern than miss it entirely. This is the second supernatural system out of 8 that's hijacking your reality. Your neural networks are so hungry for patterns that they'll create meaning from pure randomness rather than accept that some things just happen by chance. Part 3. The ventriloquist effect of your inner voice. Right now, there's a voice inside your head that never stops talking. It's probably commenting on this video, questioning what I'm saying, or making grocery lists for later. But what if I told you that sometimes your brain can take that familiar inner voice and make it sound like it's coming from somewhere completely different? Under very specific conditions, your brain becomes a master ventriloquist, throwing your own thoughts so convincingly that they seem to come from gods, angels, deceased relatives, or spiritual guides. This isn't mental illness or overactive imagination. This is a completely normal brain function that creates some of the most profound supernatural experiences people ever have. The conditions that trigger this mental magic trick happen to everyone, and once you recognize them, you'll understand why certain situations feel so spiritually charged. Your brain's ability to externalize your inner dialogue explains everything from divine revelations to ghostly communications. This mysterious voice-throwing phenomenon is the third supernatural system out of 8 operating in your mind. During times of stress, deep meditation, or intense focus, your brain can externalize your inner dialogue, making your own thoughts sound like they're coming from external supernatural sources. Part 4. Your social brain talks to empty chairs. Close your eyes and think about someone you love who isn't with you right now. Can you hear their voice? Feel their presence? Maybe even imagine what they'd say about your current situation. Here's what's absolutely mind-blowing about what just happened in your brain. You just had a real conversation with someone who wasn't there, and this reveals one of the most powerful supernatural systems running in your mind. Your brain is so incredibly social that it maintains active relationships with invisible people, creating conversations, emotional reactions, and even physical sensations of their presence. This social superpower kept our ancestors alive by helping them navigate complex group dynamics. But in modern life, it creates ghostly encounters with deceased loved ones, imaginary judges who make you feel guilty, and the sensation of being watched by invisible eyes. The mechanics of how this works will revolutionize how you understand loneliness, grief, and those moments when you swear someone is standing right behind you. This ability to socialize with empty space is the 4th supernatural system out of 8. Your brain evolved to be so social that it keeps relationships alive with people who aren't physically present, creating full conversations and emotional experiences with invisible companions. Part 5. The emotional time machine creates supernatural memories. Think back to the most spiritual or supernatural experience you've ever had. Hold that memory in your mind for a moment. Now here's something that might completely shock you about what you just remembered. The experience you're thinking about right now is actually more intense, more meaningful, and more supernatural than what originally happened to you. Your brain has been secretly upgrading that memory every single time you've recalled it, adding layers of significance and emotional power that transform ordinary moments into extraordinary encounters. This isn't your imagination running wild or false memories taking over. This is your brain's emotional time machine working exactly as designed, and it's rewriting your personal history to make supernatural experiences feel increasingly real and profound over time. The way this memory enhancement system operates explains why people become more convinced of their paranormal encounters as years pass, not less convinced. Every time you revisit a spiritual moment, your brain makes it more spiritual than before. This is the 5th supernatural system out of 8. Your emotional time machine literally rewrites your memories, adding extra meaning and intensity each time you remember them, making past experiences more supernatural than they originally were. Part 6. Your threat detection system sees dead people. You walk into an old, empty building and immediately feel wrong. Your skin crawls, your heart races, and every fiber of your being screams that something dangerous is lurking in the shadows. But here's the thing. You're completely safe. So why does your brain manufacture terror out of nothing? There's a hyperactive security guard living in your mind that's designed to keep you alive by seeing threats everywhere, even in the most harmless environments. This paranoid protector is so committed to your survival that it would rather terrify you 1,000 times unnecessarily than let you walk into real danger even once. It's the reason why certain places feel haunted, why you jump at your own shadow, and why abandoned buildings seem to pulse with malevolent energy. Understanding how this overprotective system works will transform how you experience fear and explain why your brain creates ghostly encounters in perfectly safe spaces. This threat detection system doesn't just keep you alive, it keeps you constantly aware of invisible dangers that don't exist. This is the sixth supernatural system out of 8. Your brain's threat detection system creates false alarms on purpose, interpreting every unexplained sound, shadow, or movement as potentially dangerous, which is why empty places feel supernaturally threatening. Part 7. The meaning-making machine never sleeps. Last Tuesday, you saw your lucky number 3 times in one day. First on a license plate, then on a receipt, and finally on a clock when you randomly looked up. Your brain immediately started spinning this into a story about fate, cosmic signs, and the universe trying to tell you something important. But here's what was really happening in that moment, and why your brain does this exact same thing to you constantly. There's a tireless storyteller living inside your head that never takes a break from connecting dots, finding purpose, and weaving random events into meaningful supernatural narratives. This storyteller is so determined to find significance in everything that it will create elaborate explanations involving divine intervention, rather than accept that sometimes things just randomly cluster together. It's working right now as you watch this video, probably trying to connect this information to recent coincidences in your own life. The way this meaning-making machine operates explains why people believe in everything from lucky numbers to cosmic destiny. This relentless story creator is the 7th supernatural system out of 8. Your brain has a full-time job creating cause and effect stories for everything that happens to you, automatically turning random coincidences into meaningful signs of supernatural intervention. Part 8. Your priming system makes magic feel real. The moment you walk into a movie theater, your brain knows exactly what to expect. The dim lighting, the massive screen, the surround sound. All of these environmental cues tell your brain to prepare for drama, emotion, and larger-than-life experiences. But here's the incredible part about how this preparation system shapes your daily supernatural encounters. Your brain is constantly reading the world around you and preloading expectations that literally create the experiences you think you should be having. Step into a supposedly haunted location, and your brain immediately starts interpreting every normal sound as paranormal evidence. Enter a sacred space, and ordinary sensations suddenly feel divine. Visit a place with a tragic history, and your brain manufactures the emotional residue it expects to find there. This expectation loading system is so powerful that it can make magic feel absolutely real, even when your rational mind knows better. It's the final piece of the supernatural puzzle, and once you understand how it works, you'll see it operating everywhere in your life. This is the 8th and final supernatural system. Your brain uses environmental cues to preload expectations, which then filter and interpret your experiences to match exactly what you think should happen in that specific context. Conclusion. Now you understand the complete truth about your supernatural brain. These 8 systems aren't glitches in your mental software. They're sophisticated survival tools that kept your ancestors alive for millions of years. Your ghost hunter, pattern detector, voice ventriloquist, social brain, emotional time machine, threat system, meaning maker, and expectation loader all work together seamlessly to create experiences that feel genuinely supernatural. The next time you sense a ghostly presence, notice a meaningful coincidence, or have a spiritual encounter, you'll know exactly which systems are firing. Understanding these mechanisms doesn't diminish the power of these experiences. It reveals the incredible sophistication of your own mind. Your brain isn't broken when it believes in the supernatural. It's working exactly as evolution designed it to work.